Social media is great and it's a great place to build relationships. The main point of social media is really just for reach, is to get exposure to other people and then to get them on your email list. That is the number one goal of social media. Because if you can get them on your email list, then you can talk to them. You can be there when they're ready to buy. You can be top of mind.
It's time to reinvent.
Welcome to Reinventing Perspective. Today I have an amazing guest. I have Kendra Corman here. She's got something really good for us. Kendra, please let them know who you are and what you're about.
Hi, I'm Kendra Corman. I have been doing marketing for more than 15 years. I've been doing marketing for large brands like the Jeep brand, all the way down single person shops, helping them grow their business. My business, KendraCorman.com, actually helps businesses to grow by teaching them how to do better and more effective and efficient marketing.
Thank you, Kendra. Our audience is new to just starting out entrepreneurs. And a lot of times marketing is this foreign thing and you're trying to figure out, how do I do social media? How do I actually get any kind of ROI in this marketing? I've been posting and absolutely nothing is happening. And maybe I should just stop doing this and do something else. You have all these ideas and stresses around marketing. Maybe you guys tell us a bit about your journey and then we'll go into what you think entrepreneurs should do.
Yeah. I took the buyout at the end of 2008 from Chrysler Corporation when I was the Jeep advertising manager. I went to work for one of the largest insurance wholesalers in the world as their marketing director. And then I got my MBA and decided, you know what? There's a lot that I have to offer other people. I went ahead and started my own company, a full service marketing and advertising firm, quit my job, had nothing else as backup, and was like, okay, now what do we do? I came from big time corporate marketing, and I think that actually hurt me in the beginning a little bit because I wasn't nimble. I wasn't willing to make progress over perfection. And that was a struggle. Learning small business marketing was a whole new world for me out there marketing myself. And I learned a lot along the way. One of the biggest things I learned is progress over perfection. I've had my own company for over 10 years now. I can't believe it. It's amazing. I'm
Wow.
super excited to have made it that far. My full service business is H2H Consulting, and I've gone ahead and evolved that into more of a training and strategy consulting type business. I love helping people do better with what they've got. I can't believe that I'm where I'm at, but it's been an amazing journey. There's been some times where I've thought, I'm done with this and I'm going to go work for somebody else so I can have a day off. It gets frustrating, but it's unbelievable when you see the impact that you can have. And that's really what I go for.
I can imagine when you said you went from the big budget of a Chrysler Corporation to, okay, now I'm marketing myself. And how do I turn these big ideas into lean ideas for a small business? So I'm really excited to have you here because I think a lot of people who have jumped from corporate careers to starting their own business really struggle with that. How do I turn the big idea into something that can be executed on the budget of a small business?
You're like, people aren't seeing results. And I agree 100% with you. It is hard to see results. What I tell people is first off, it's progress over perfection. You do not need a full website and a bunch of brochures and all of this fancy stuff that we thought we needed in corporate, or if you worked in marketing at a large corporate company like I did, all the salespeople, they couldn't sell anything unless they had the specific flyer with the specific picture. We don't need all of it, right? Marketing's about relationships. And the more you can create relationship wise, the better off you're going to be. First thing I'm going to tell you, feel free, grab all the social media profiles that you want with your company's name, pick one. Start with one. Start with one that you're going to be active on and that you're going to engage on. LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I don't really care which one you pick because they're so big. Your audience is going to be there. Pick the one that doesn't feel like work to you the one where you want to engage, the one where you want to spend time commenting on other people's posts, messaging people in the direct messages, replying to people's direct messages. If somebody likes or comments on it, to post stories, to post behind the scenes content, it has to be something that you're comfortable with. But biggest thing, pick one. Do not make the same mistake that I did, which was like picking all of them because I'm in marketing. So I have to do all of them. And no, you don't. That's like the biggest number one piece of advice I can give to start. The second tip that I have that I love is email marketing. It is not dead. It is not limiting in any way, shape, or form. Every business owner that I talk to, been in business 5+ years. So we've made it, right? We've made the 5-year hump. We're well beyond starting our own businesses. We're established. Every single person that I talk to wishes they started their email list earlier. So start it now, build a good habit, monthly, twice a month, whatever it happens to be. Get in that habit now and start building your list. Social media is great, and it's a great place to build relationships. The main point of social media is really just for reach, is to get exposure to other people and then to get them on your email list. That is the number one goal of social media, because if you can get them on your email list, then you can talk to them. You can be there when they're ready to buy. You can be top of mind. I know when I was doing a sometimes once in a while email newsletter, which I do not recommend, I would get replies. Hey, Kendra, I was just thinking about you. I need this done. Can you do it for me? It keeps you top of mind. It doesn't even need to be about the content that's in your email. Staying top of mind with people, they reply, they engage, they want to talk to you, they want to hear from you. It is not spam. You're not boring anybody. You're giving them your insights, your expertise, the whole reason you went into business. Or if you've got products, you're highlighting products. You're giving them what it is that they want to interact with. And I'll tell you right now, I can't understate the importance of an email list. So number one, limit your social media. Number two, leverage it to get people onto your email list. Those are the two biggest things that are going to make a difference in your business when you're starting out.
Thank you for that. When you said the number one about what do you do naturally, sometimes we're trying to go against what we naturally enjoy doing. That thing that's always on the bottom of the list, avoiding your own decision to do something just because you've gone against who you are. I think that's a really great one for our audience who's just starting out. And about the email list, I'm going to ask you some more about this because the email
Mhm.
list is such a powerful tool and you are such an expert on this. People think, okay, how do I even start an email list? I'm thinking the kind of business I have, what would I put in the email list and how would I get the people's emails?
Start with your friends and family. Okay. It's okay. It's all right if there's 10 people. Get warmed up, get practicing. It's okay. Then have ways for people to sign up for your email. You got to have a form on your website, or if you're at Chamber of Commerce networking events or other types of networking events, and you're handing out business cards and talking to people and engaging with them, say, hey, would you mind if I sent you some emails about? Now, you're not inviting anybody to your email newsletter. Let me give you that right off. Nobody wants an email newsletter. Nobody wants any more email newsletters. They want the value you provide. If you want marketing insights, trends, and information about podcasting, email marketing, and how to save time leveraging AI and other productivity tools to find more time for your marketing, let me know and I'll go ahead and sign you up for my regular email that gives you that value. Not a newsletter, right? It's giving you information, value, trends, things like that. It's how you phrase it and present it. You ask them, hey, would you mind if I did this? Very few people are going to say no. And then you start one by one adding people. You can go ahead and post on it. If LinkedIn is your chosen platform, go ahead and post about it and say, hey, just getting started here, looking to grow my email list. Here's some of the information that I share. Let me know if you'd like to be on it. You can actually ask, people want to help you out. They want to help you. Hey, I'd love for you to test this out and let me know what you think of it. It's an amazingly powerful tool. The other way that you can get people on your email list is to do a freebie or a discount code. If you have like a retail operation of some sort, offering a discount code to get their email address. Right now, the trend is email address and cell phone number so that you have it for SMS texting. If you're not sophisticated enough to add in the texting yet, that's okay. Still grab their stuff, grab the email and the SMS messaging, and then give them a 10 or 15% discount for signing up with you. You've got to give people something valuable in exchange for your email address. One of the biggest things that I find people starting out, they don't value what they know. I took for granted so much of what I learned at Jeep and as the marketing director at the large insurance wholesaler. I thought everybody knew that stuff because everybody where I came from did know that stuff. And that's a really big struggle for a lot of us that are going from corporate to starting up our own businesses. You've got your thing, leverage it. Okay. Do not be afraid to take what you have and share it with them. A checklist, a 5 steps to do something. Those types of things go a long way. And they're things that people don't think about on a regular basis. If you can create a checklist that's going to help somebody better understand why they need you, that's awesome. And all you have to do is have them sign up for your email list to do that. Now, you don't even need a website to do this. You just need an email service provider. I usually recommend Constant Contact or ConvertKit. ConvertKit's free up to the first 1,000 people, which is why I recommend it for a lot of people starting out. But either one, they've got landing pages built into their site that you can go ahead and leverage. You can be growing your email list before you even have a website. I strongly recommend that is the first thing that you do. But it's amazing what you can do. You do need an email service provider because they are the ones that keep you compliant because there's a lot of opt-in requirements like CAN spam, CASL, GDPR. There's a CCPR, I think, in California. All of these different things are all over to keep you compliant, and they can do that for you just through their systems, and everything's built in. It's amazing.
It's amazing. When it's your world, you think this is obvious to everyone, but it really isn't. People really do need that information that you have. Like someone might want to have an email list, but they're thinking, oh gosh, it must be so tech. I have to know all these things, that hesitation. And whereas you could actually let them know, oh, no, you merely need this and this, and you have this checklist. So thank you so much for that. Now, I wanted to talk to you about AI. For small business owners, what you don't have is more time. You can leverage technology. Maybe you can speak to some of the ways that people can use AI. Marketing is that thing that takes up too much time, especially when you're starting up. Maybe you can start there.
Oh, yeah. No, marketing can suck you in and keep you going for days down a rabbit hole that you do not want to go in, right? AI is amazing because a lot of us are on our own, right? And you don't have anybody to bounce ideas off of or brainstorm with or ask about ideas. AI can do that for you. AI saves me on average about 30 hours a week. I release 2 podcast episodes a week. My podcasts, AI saves me about 3 hours per podcast, if you can believe that. Between transcripts and show notes and social media posts and everything, it's unbelievable the power of AI. You can use it as a first draft copywriter. You can use it to come up with ideas. Like, for instance, let's just say you want an email subject line that people are going to open. You can let it know who the type of people you're sending it to and then say, here's the 3 articles. What do you think the subject line should be? Give me 5 ideas. Give me 10 ideas. And then you can mix and match what goes with it. You can say, hey, you're a marketer with 20 plus years of experience, and you are working on a business that's to teach business owners how to podcast or how to launch their podcast. What are some ideas of a freebie or downloadable that I could create for them that would help them get launched with their podcast. It'll give you 10, 15 ideas. Some of them are going to be good. Some of them are going to be not so good. But again, it just gives you a place to really brainstorm and draft content. Once you've started creating your own content, and I strongly recommend creating your own content for a while, you can put samples of what you write into AI and then get the voice that you want it to use from your posts, and it will mimic your tone of voice. So you can actually get it to write like you so that there's less editing. Notice I said less editing, not no editing. That is the biggest key when it comes to AI. Priscilla and I, we use Riverside.fm for our podcast recording, both of us. So good taste. But it's got an AI tool that will pull out clips and resize the screens that we are set for Instagram stories or LinkedIn or Instagram posts or YouTube videos. It'll add captions, all without us doing anything else other than showing up here and having a conversation. And that's what is really important there. AI can really help you be consistent and save a ton of time and effort.
Absolutely. When I started podcasting, the amount of time I spent doing the things that you just talked about, cutting clips and trying to figure out what should go where and what caption to put, all that stuff now, the AI takes care of it. But like you said, it's not 100%. Go in and edit. You don't want to lose your unique voice in the things that you're doing, but definitely saves a lot and a lot of time. So thank you for that, Kendra. I'm going to take you back to email marketing because our audience, we're trying this year to say, be people who use the data. What does the data say? So that we're not just floundering all over the place. What metrics would you say you should focus on when you're trying to measure how successful your email marketing is?
This is a great question. I love this question because there's a lot of people that talk a lot about a bunch of different vanity metrics, is what I call them. They're really nice for show and they make you sound good, right? It doesn't matter how big your list is. It doesn't matter what your open rate is. It doesn't matter what your click rate is. The reason I'm telling you that it doesn't matter is number one, I know people that have a list of 200 people that have sold over six figures to that list. I know people with 3,000 people on their email list that haven't sold a thing to their email list. And as entrepreneurs, we only get paid if we sell things, right? Yes, we want to add value. Yes, we want to give as much away as we can, but we also have to get paid. Okay. The list size doesn't matter. The list health is what matters. And so what I do is I actually pull up an Excel and I will track certain metrics. The metrics I track are my list size, the number of unsubscribes, the number of clicks on an email. Those are like some of the big ones. I don't track opens. Apple is pre-opening emails for people. If someone has an iPhone and they have their work emails synced or their personal email synced to that little mail app in there, Apple is pre-opening the email. And open just means that they're downloading the pictures. There's this hidden pixel in there that lets the server know that they opened the email. Since Apple, for privacy protection purposes and their mail privacy protection initiative, is pre-downloading that pixel so that you don't really know if they opened it. And so that throws off anything that's a percentage of opens. You can look at the total number of opens, the total number of clicks. Again, look at the number of unsubscribes because you don't want a ton of unsubscribes necessarily. There are occasions where you do. That's if you're changing your niche or your target or the information you're sharing. Yes, I want all the people that don't want this to go away, and I want to get my new people. And then you also want to look, though, at the total list size and make sure that you're headed in the right direction. Unsubscribes are not bad, but you want to be growing over time. You want to show an increase in your list. You want to show an increase in the engagement. You want to know that people are clicking. I also track replies to my emails. If someone hits reply and says, "Hey, Kendra, nothing about this, but I was just thinking," that counts as a big engagement for me. And I love that. So I think that's also really important to track. And that's really it. The rest of it's just for show.
I like that you brought the focus to the health of the email list. That's really important. Having the right people, I think it's the same with social media. You can have a whole bunch of people following you, but not the people that align with what you're trying to do. And in this world where the social media metrics is public, people feel like, oh my gosh, I really need to have a lot of people on there for people to think I'm actually doing something meaningful. Those are vanity metrics. How do you suggest that people focus on that health? And how to dial in to make sure that you have the right people who align with what you do on that email list rather than a whole bunch of people that are not really interested in what you do or interested but not your client that you're after?
You're going to have a lot of looky-loos, a lot of people that are freebie seekers that are looking for the free value that you have. And that's just the way it is. I don't mind giving them what I can, but yes, I do want people ultimately who are going to want to hire me to give them the value that I provide. And I think that's really important. But again, I track that type of information. I have metrics on my funnels and I've advanced since I started. Okay. But yeah, when you're starting out, you're going to get some people that aren't necessarily your target. And that's okay. Eventually, they're going to unsubscribe. And again, that's okay. It's not them saying, I don't like you. They're just saying, I don't need this email right. And that's okay also. But I think as you're growing your email list, you really want to look at the number of unsubscribes. And then you also want to look at the total lists. Okay. You don't want your unsubscribes continuously going up over time. You don't want to see people not clicking over time because if they're not clicking on your links, they're not going for more information. And if that's the situation, ask them why. One of the best things that you can do for your business is to talk to your target audience. If you have no clients, right? No business yet, that's okay. You're in the best position ever. Find someone that you would want to do business with and say, hey, do you mind if I ask you some questions? There's no pressure. And you can ask them all the questions that you want answered. Hey, what's keeping you up at night? What are you looking for help with when it comes to this service or product? What is it that you're looking for in this type of product or service? They're going to tell you, ask them, what social media platforms are you on? Where are you going? Where are you engaging? And when they give you that information, it's stuff you can use to find more. It's amazing.
Because sometimes you think you need to have all the answers. And no, you should not have all the answers. And you should assume that whatever you think is probably wrong. Engage people.
100%. Yes. If you know the answer, you're probably not.
That's true. Thank you so much, Kendra. This is so much value for the people who are listening. We've touched on like how do you get started? What would you say are some best practices, I think, email marketing in terms of creating your lead magnet that you think your audience will like?
Don't be afraid to experiment. Experimentation is at the core of marketing. Marketing is not a perfect science. And I think that's really important to note. It's all about moving forward and progressing, not perfection. That is really important. If you are a perfectionist, give yourself a B and move on. As soon as you get to a B, move on. I have a friend who has a post on her desktop and it says, just do B plus work. She's not going for an A plus. B plus is still better than what most people are doing. That's first. I think one of the things that's really important to note is that we are a lot more important to ourselves than we are to other people. They're not going to notice if you're having a bad hair day. They're not going to notice if you don't like your voice. They're not going to notice a lot of different things that you're worried about. And so go ahead and just put it out there. Put it out there and go with it. But when it comes to email marketing, best practices, you want to have a lead magnet or a freebie of some sort that people can download. You don't want to have it on the thank you page. That's not the way that it should be. You should deliver your lead magnet through your email newsletter or through your email service. The reason I say that is because then they have the practice of looking for your email. You want them to find that email just in case it went to junk or spam or any other folder that they might have. And you also want to make sure that everything is permission based. Make sure you have permission to send people emails. If you don't have their permission, it can cause a lot of issues for you down the road. Yahoo and Gmail just came out with a ton of rules at the beginning of February.
Thank you so much, Kendra. To the audience, please do learn how to supercharge your email list. Let's get our marketing going and let's track that return on investment for our marketing. To our audience, if you could please go to kendracorman.com/1000 on how to get your first 1,000 subscribers. Kendra, where can people follow you and where can they connect with you best?
I do more on LinkedIn than anywhere else, even though I have all the other stuff. If you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, you can find me Kendra with a K and Corman with a C. You can just send me a message through LinkedIn. Otherwise, visit my website, kendracorman.com, Kendra with a K and Corman with a C.
Thank you so much, Kendra, and I hope we get to chat again soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.